What's up, me Raandigars? We're back with another Persona 4 Remake video. Now, I made a post. I want your thoughts on Persona 4 Remake having new voice actors. Do you like it? Don't like it? Comment below. When and if this gets enough comments, I'll make a video on it. Also, if you want to, forgot the two there, give your thoughts below on Persona 4 Remake. I'd appreciate hearing everyone's thoughts below. Now, I made this post. I'm making this video way earlier than I posted. That's because, here's the thing, when it comes to Atlus, we don't know what will be leaked, we don't know what will happen. Like, if you're, like, just to give context, what happened is, Yuri Lowenthal, the voice actor of Yosuke, the voice actor of Chie, and the voice actor of Yukiko, made these tweets, or posts, whatever you want to say. Or X's if you are really bad. I think this is from Blue Sky. So Yuri Lowenthal said, and for those who keep asking, no, I will not be returning as Yosuke for the Persona 4 Remake. I asked, maybe I even begged, but they don't want me to come back. Chie's voice actor said, for those asking, I have not been asked to reprise my role as Chie Satonaka in the Persona 4 Remake. RIP, I'm blessed to have recorded as many Persona 4 games as I did playing her. And Amanda Win Lee, the voice actor of Yukiko, says, since I've had several people ask me, no, I wasn't asked to voice Yukiko in the P4 remake. Now, these all came in this order: Yosuke, Chie, and Yukiko. Now, I've heard that a lot of people have said that somebody at the con or something met the the protagonist, Yuna Okami's voice actor, and he said that he was not given the role. If he was given some other role, he wouldn't mind doing it in the P4 remake, but he has no role in the remake. So technically, you can say that 4 characters in the row have said, and it was Narukami who said first, the voice actor, but it's one of those things. It's happened, but there's no proof of written there. But so 4 people have said it in this order, and then it's makes sense. First it was Narukami, then Yuri Lowenthal, Yosuke, then Chie, then Yukiko. So it's now people are thinking, hey, is this a marketing stunt? Though, let's just remove the Narukami one. Let's just talk about this. So it's Yosuke, who was the, after Narukami is the party member. Then it's Chie is the party member. And then it's Yukiko is the party member. That's what you all thought. That's what most people thought, that maybe it's a marketing stunt. But, here's the thing. We have not seen Kanji's voice actor. As far as I'm recording this video right now, I have not seen post something about it. So it makes you curious. Well, is it new voice actors? Because one thing you gotta understand is they have a NDA. What that is, it's called non-disclosure agreement. Basically, you can't talk about the stuff. You can't, there's a contract. You can't talk about things that are not yet revealed, basically. So even if you are not voicing in the game, you were part of this, you have some information about the game or the project or something, you cannot talk about it until it's fully revealed. Or you can't, you just basically can't talk about stuff that hasn't been revealed. So this begs the question, why would they do that? Especially since these are experienced voice actors who shouldn't be doing that. Now let's talk about Yuri Lowenthal. Here's the thing about Yuri Lowenthal. A lot of people saying maybe he loved his Yosuke role a bit more, because here's the thing about Yuri Lowenthal is that he's also the voice actor of the P3 protagonist from the PS2 era and the spin-offs games afterwards, prior to Reload. Now, as you all know, Persona 3 Reload uses Alex Lee as the protagonist. So you can make the argument because the P3 protagonist did not have that much role in the game, like voice acting and stuff. He had the role, but not that more voice acting. Only Persona Q has the most voice acting for Makoto Yuki, because the movies don't have a dub. Live actions don't have dub like those plays, obviously. And the only game that has proper voice acting, because the PS2 version of P3 that has a lot of lack of voice acting, the protagonists don't talk. And even in the dancing, there's no voice acting except for some chanting during the dancing and cheering on. So Yuri Lowenthal, when Alex Lee got the part for Makoto, he congratulated him. He's like, oh, I'm happy to, you got the role and pass on the torch or whatever. So this is one of those things where Yuri Lowenthal coming out like that is either this is a marketing stunt, or he really loved Yosuke's performance, doing Yosuke as a character. Here's the thing about Chie's voice actor. I don't think they were ever part in any Persona projects, or at least in Reload, or any Persona 3 in the past. So I don't know about them. But a lot of people are saying this is a marketing stunt, but then we haven't seen Troy Baker, Kanji's main game voice actor, to do that. I think in spin-off Kanji has different voice actors. But I will add one more thing, is that just a reminder, the way Persona trailers work, even Reload did this, though they showed Aegis, but Aegis is an important character. The way Persona trailers work is they only show the initial characters first and then move on to showing other characters. So on June 6th, 8, I think 8 is the Xbox showcase for my time, is when they show the announcement trailer, we'll only see Narukami, Yosuke, Chie, Yukiko, and Teddy. We will not see Naoto, Rize, or Kanji in the trailer, so that could, you can add that, then maybe it's a marketing stunt. So let's see what comments below. 8 comments. Alright, so Zamu8x8 says, OG cast was perfect. I can't, yes, this is my pick. I can't imagine, but sorry for the background noise. I can't imagine Adachi sounding any different from how he sounds in P4 right now. That is true. Like, this is what I was discussing. My brother loves P4, so like, right now, I think UI Maestro also made like a fan-made Yosuke concept trailer. He loved it. So, one thing I will say, I was like, okay, here's the thing. At number 1, Adachi, by the way, spoilers for P4 somewhat. I won't discuss the story, but you know what I mean. At number 1, for me, the best voice acting in P4 is Adachi. On number 2, it's Chie. And on number 3, it's Kanji. So, the fact, like, the other voice actors are cool, but, like, there's, like, the best, in my opinion. So, that is something I do understand, especially since Chie's voice actor did change from the PS2 version. I hope that the OG VA would voice act the Shadow Party members. I did see this from the notifications. This is a really good idea. This is, I think it was in Dragon Ball Super, one of the fillers, if you have seen. The old, like, Ocean, the voice actor Vegeta was, like, voicing copy Vegeta, an evil version of Vegeta, or, like, a copy version, evil version. Like, so they could maybe do that with the shadows. I don't know how that would work, because there would be some, like, difference in voice, so I wonder if they'll be able to do that. This is a really good idea, using them as shadow party members. Like, that is a good idea by Siva Bulusu. One, as much as, yeah, this one just came in, I saw the notification. As much as I will miss the OG cast, I can't wait to see the new one in action. The new P3RE cast knocked it out of the park, I would agree. So I'm pretty curious on how it will go for P4RE. That is true. One thing I will say, there's a lot of negativity around. I guess it's more so like, I don't want to be a hater, but it more so like the love for nostalgia. So here's the thing. A lot of things you watch in the past, they have a lot of issues that sometimes modern things have, but you tend to criticize the modern things, but not the old things, because they're part of your nostalgia. You won't hate on them. It's common. Like, right now for people, so many people, like Persona 4 Golden is like the top pedestal. Like, they'll love it. But then there are people who hate the Golden version and then love the PS2 version. Same goes, here's the thing. I gotta say this out loud. I don't want to say it and be rude, but a lot of people can be like crybabies. I'm sorry. People were like screaming that FES is the worst Persona 3 experience because you can't control your party members. Like, people were screaming. Remake came out and people were like, no, FES is the best. See, I can just use this mod. And it's like, come on. Now, you can make the argument there were different people. So sometimes I saw same people just calling out FES sucks. Persona 3 FES is terrible. It's the worst Persona experience. You can't control your party members. Even though it's not that even bad. It's not that bad. You just need to learn the mechanics. Then Reload came out, fixed those issues. Yes, Reload has a lot of like issues in the atmosphere that a lot of people don't like. I don't mind it, but a lot of people don't like, which I understand. But people start saying, oh no, FES was the best. FES was always the best. So I want to add that there's a lot of negativity, even like before we haven't even seen the voice cast. We need to first see them, because there was negativity towards the P3 remake, but they did so well. Like, just adding that here. Alright, let's just move on. As long as the voices fit the character, it's fine in my opinion, that is true. One thing I will say in P3, Shinjiro felt off to me, but then I realized, man, this guy is a teenager. Because, I'm sorry, that guy does not look like a teenager. Shinjiro does not look like a teenager. And in the PS2 version doesn't give him like doesn't do justice with him. Why? Because he sounds like an old man. He's like an old dude. Be like, sup, hey, Don't let it get to you. Don't take stuff from like he's just like, okay, I butchered the lines what he says. He might have never said those lines, but Shinji, like when I played Real, I was like, damn, Shinji sounds off. But then I was like, he's a teenager, for God's sake. It's the PS2 version that sounds off. So it's more so like if it fits the character. It felt a little weird going between P3R and the older games with the P3 cars, but they still did a great job at finding fitting voice actors for P3R, so I trust Atlus. Yes, with this. Here's the thing. They do, like, here's the thing. You get, like, a lot of people are saying, oh my god, Persona 4 Remake is gonna have the same issues with the Reload has, like the atmosphere and everything. One thing you guys gotta understand is that Atlus, I know it sounds weird because Atlus like usually just never talks about their games. Like, we know Persona 6 is in development, but they never talk about it. Never bring it up. Atlus is like in a public view, like Atlus is very like far away from communicating with their fans. But in reality, if you look at it, they do like fix a lot of stuff in their games, in future games. Like, once you criticize them, I don't know like what it is, but they do look at their fan base. When you criticize them a lot, they decide, okay, we gotta improve on it. We gotta do like some stuff with it. They always improve. So I believe when people criticize, oh, the P3 atmosphere, like, it's not that good, like then the PS2 version, it takes away. The modern Reload takes away. So they are listening to that feedback and they are going to put like effort into P4 Remake. And a lot of people got to understand, they did not expect P3 to do that well. Because here's the thing, P3 is an amazing game, but it has a lot of flaws or are missing pieces. Not even flaws, like missing pieces that could make them like, they just saw the money and they're like, oh damn, they want remakes? Yeah, we're going to do like, yeah, we're gonna do remakes from now on. And here's the thing, they're gonna make P4 Remake like way better. So yeah, Atlus always cooks with their dub. Yeah, that is true. A lot of like anime dubs or like anime game dubs are usually not that done well, but I think now they're done well. I don't know, so I'm not worried. It's just gonna take a little bit regardless to get used to the new ones. It's not gonna even that long. Like, Persona is a large game. Like when I say you're gonna be 10 hours in and you'll be like, okay, yeah, it's cool, like, that's not even the complete game. So the games are really large. So like 10 hours in, that's not even like what? That's what, 20% of the game or 15% of the game. So it's fine. So yeah. By the way, Goku PFP. Always love that guy. Okay. Honestly, I understand why Atlus does it. And it is cool giving other people their turn to voice the characters. But I don't know what ICL is. So I'm sorry. I'm really bad with the, I think acronyms is what you call. It's gonna be weird not having OG Adachi. Here's the thing, they can just bring him out. Like, a lot of people are acting like they're replacing every voice actor, which I guess they technically did with Reload, except for Elizabeth. But here's the thing. They will, like, it's obvious that they might use the old voice actors with other stuff, or they might just use some of the voice actors and some of the new ones and some of the old ones. It's possible. Like, or maybe it's just, again, a marketing stunt, or if it's true, they might use Adachi, because Atlus should know, like this is like one of the most famous characters in Persona history, right? Like people still talk about Adachi. Like, just think about it. He's still mentioned like a lot. And I doubt like Atlus is gonna ruin that. They'll be like, damn, we gotta, like, Atlus is gonna be like right now sitting at the development table, like having a meeting, and they're like, okay, listen, dude, we gotta do something about this guy. Because if we screw this up, they're never gonna let us live this one down. This is like the most important character. We have to do him right. We have to do him justice. Like, I feel like that is something, because he is it an understatement to say that he's the most famous Persona character? Or the most talked about? Like, is that an understatement? I know people bring up Adachi and Joker, love, love, love. Oh, not Akechi and Joker, love, love, love. But like, is he the most talked about character still? Just saying. And especially since now Persona 4 Golden is on modern platforms. So, okay. So this is the last one. Now I'm really starting to believe it's a marketing thing because of many VA's announcements to make a problem, then solve it and say Atlus agreed for the old VAs to come back and make hype for the game. Personally, I like the VAs of P4. Everybody, yeah. What I want to see in the remake is the handcrafted better dungeons that would improve I don't know what happened to the accent. Better dungeons that would improve P4 gameplay a lot and fully voice socially. This is gonna happen. this is like set in stone. They are not gonna go back after fixing that, like after like fully voice social links. Yeah, we're not doing that anymore. They're not gonna do that. This I understand this is an issue. I've seen a lot of people criticize the P4 dungeons more than Tara's. Is because I do understand. What I would want is that P4 dungeons, they have a skeleton of having personalities. Basically, I won't spoil people, but they have this personality in their dungeons that is not fully utilized. Me personally, I would want Atlus to utilize that personalities. Basically, the example I want to give is if you have played Persona 5, Futaba's dungeon, take that and convert it into P4 and add a flair of P4 to it and modernize it. I think that is what I think should be done. Now, again, they didn't do much with Taurus, even though they improved it, they didn't do that much. So that is something I still think they won't add much to it. But who knows? I could be wrong. I mean, they could just change the puzzles. Yeah, just add more puzzles to it and it would be fun. Okay, I think the biggest rework P4 needs is definitely the dungeon system and the combat. Also, improving the golden content, like giving Murray more screen time before the winter arc and fleshing out her character more. Or the whole Mitsuo Kubo arc being improved will drastically improve the game. In my opinion, it was a low point. This is something I do want to talk about the dungeons and Kubo. Murray, let's keep her for the side for now. Is that the Persona 4 animation does a really good job, is like fleshing out the characters. If they do that, like pick out from the animation, that would be really good. Like, I always talk about Rize's dungeon. That is like done really well in the anime. I always talk about Kubo's dungeon. I think I made a video on these. Kubo's dungeon, that is done really well in the anime. Like, they could just pick that stuff up and just like put in the game, like add some game mechanics to it. Now, here's the thing about Murray. A lot of people are wishing, and I mean, best case scenario, she's in the base game. But truth be told, she's gonna be DLC. Murray is like I know it's hard to say. I don't think they're gonna do a re-release Persona 4 Remake Golden. That is something that Persona 6 will get, like Persona 6 and Persona 6 Diamond. Murray will be DLC because it's money right on the table. Money, like Murray is also famous, so they won't just sit around and be like, okay, we're gonna give you Murray. Now, one thing I will add, there's a lot of like things that are in Golden that are not in the PS2 version, like the beach scene or like going to the beach and other stuff during like the summer vacations is like a lot more like fully fleshed out in the Golden version than it's not in the PS2 version. And I think in the PS2 version you can't get out in the evening. I think only for the jaws, but you can't get out. And in the Golden version you can explore Inaba during the evening. So a lot of quality of life changes and additions that don't involve Murray will be in the remake. But anything that involves Murray will not be in the remake. That is my take to it, because that is basically what they did with Persona 3 Reload, if you think about it. They basically said everything, basically I guess socialing, everything that was in FES as a quality life update will be in Reload. But anything separate from the main game quality life update will not be. Now, technically, Murray is in the game. She is not separate like the answer. But I still want to treat her separately because she feels DLC. I would be happy if I'm wrong because I don't want to pay more for DLC. The game comes out for 60 and 70 or $70. I just want to pay that much and get the game. That's it. I don't want to pay for the golden DLC. But that's the thing. So, all right, can't speak. All right, my Raandigars, hope you enjoyed the video. Tell me your more thoughts in the comments below. What do you think? Right now it's 2 June. So I'm from Pakistan, so the time would be 8 June 9:30 is the Xbox showcase. That's where I think we'll see. We could see it on Summer Game Fest. That is at I think 6 Pakistani time. You can just go open the YouTube, like their YouTube channel, and see the scheduled date based on your country. Like go to the live stream and see the scheduled date. So this is when we'll probably see Persona 4 Remake. If I get the time, I might stream it. But tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think? Like, comment, subscribe. If we're gonna get like new voice actors, are you excited? What are your thoughts? Comment below. I would say this, Don't give up hope on the remake yet. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be enjoyable. It's gonna be fun. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, comment bell. I'll see you guys next time with another Persona, Shin Megami, Dragon Ball, Fairy Tail, whatever video. Consider subscribing. I try to make this YouTube thing a national thing. I'm looking here to stop recording. Bye, 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 bye.